Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about ferments, my favorite ferments in skincare products, and a little bit about fermented ingredients in skincare. I've got Lincoln here with me. And okay, so ferments in skincare, they've been researched. They're kind of a newer ingredient when you talk in terms of skincare ingredients. They're kind of a newer one. SK2 really made them popular with their Patera Essence that costs upwards of $150 or so. But they can have some brightening properties, some soothing benefits, hydrating properties, and some people even claim to notice some mild exfoliation from certain ferments. Using fermented toners first in your skincare routine can also boost the hydration and effectiveness of other products you use later in your skincare routine. Ferments are also thought to boost the skin's microbiome by working as a probiotic in your skin. And having a healthy microbiome is something we all want, we all need. It helps slow transepidermal water loss. It helps reduce redness and potentially slows breakouts and acne. So having a good skin microbiome is great, which is why when we overexfoliate, use strong lasers, or use like strong retinoids, acids, things like that, it can mess with your microbiome, which is when you get redness, flakiness, peeling, things like that, dryness. So having a good microbiome is very important. So in my opinion, you don't need to spend $100, $200 on a good ferment. There's many that are $20 and under even. So you don't need to spend that much to have a good one. Ferments may improve wound healing, may have anti-aging benefits, and there's some research that shows it may actually stimulate hyaluronic acid production in your skin, although those are from a small amount of studies. So keep that in mind. More studies, in my opinion, need to be done on this topic before we say it as fact. But in all things, ferments can be really good for skin. And then one thing to note, experts say if you're going to use vitamin C in the same routine, they recommend using the vitamin C first and then apply the treatment essence, fermented essence after. So, which goes against a lot of things that I always think of. Like I always think of toners, essences first and then everything else. But some experts say to use, if you're going to use vitamin C, to use that first. At this point, I'm not really convinced there's any one ferment that's better than the other. There's certainly some ferments that have more research on them than others, but I don't necessarily think that one ferment might be better than the other. So maybe for specific skin or for your skin type, you might notice one, like galactomyces might work better than Saccharomyces for you. It just depends on the person. So it's still a newer area of skincare and more research needs to be done. So with that being said, these are my favorite fragrance-free fermented skincare products. I've got 2 with fragrance in them. I'm going to mention those at the end because they are still have some nice benefits and are pretty popular and affordable. Okay, first up, the Neogen Real Ferment Micro Serum. They also have a micro essence in this version. I really like that. The mist in this line has fragrance in it, so I don't recommend that, but the serum is wonderful, and the toner version of this I love. So I reviewed both of these. This one's, it's just a nice light serum with a nice gel texture to it. So it's really wonderful. In terms of ferments, we've got Baphyta ferment, lysate, Saccharomyces ferment, rice ferment, also known as sake ferment, and then Picha resveratrol ferment. And then it also contains some other goodies such as niacinamide, vitamin C, panthenol, and Centella asiatica. So this is my top pick. I love this one. Their essence of this is great. The toner or mist, the mist has fragrance, but the essence of this is also wonderful. So this has been a repurchase of mine several times. So that says a lot because I test a lot out and I buy everything with my own money. So for me to repurchase something says a lot because I always want to buy something else so I can review it. But for me to spend more money and buy something again says a lot about a product. This is another one that I've repurchased. This is the Cosrx 95 Galactomyces Tone Balancing Essence. Really affordable product. It's an essence, liquid texture, so you can just use it like where you would an essence. So there we go. You just pat it right onto your skin after cleansing and toning. There we go. Wonderful. This is often mentioned as the big dupe to the SK2, which is the one that's really expensive. It's often mentioned as the affordable dupe to it, and in my opinion, it is. Actually, to be honest, all these I've tested, I've had better luck with than the SK2. I've used the SK2 multiple times, and I never got like the glow or the hydration that I have from other products. I'm not sure why, because that's a holy grail for so many people, but I just had much better luck with other ones. So anyway, okay, so this one contains galactomyces ferment. It also contains niacinamide, panthenol, and adenosine, and it's also ridiculously affordable. So I'll link to it below at YesStyle, and I'll also link to it at Ulta as well. So this one, well worth checking out. Okay, next up, I just reviewed this product a few weeks ago for the first time. That's the Manio-Bifida Biome Complex Ampule, which has a liquid, serum-y liquid texture to it. So there we go. So feels like a serum, really. And it feels nice and smoothing on skin. Okay, so for ferments, for ferments in here, we've got quite a few. We've got Bifida ferment lysate, Bifida ferment filtrate, Lactobacillus ferment lysate, Lactococcus ferment lysate, Saccharomyces ferment filtrate, Lactobacillus pumpkin fruit ferment filtrate, Oreobasidium pullens ferment, and then Cutibacterium granulosulum ferment extract filtrate. It also includes copper peptides, sodium hyaluronate, and squalane for some other exciting ingredients. If you want the benefits of several different fermented ingredients, this is a great one. If you have very sensitive skin or are prone to like fungal acne, I think you're better off starting with a ferment that has a single ferment in it, something like this, where you know if your skin has an issue, you know it's with specifically galactomyces, because fungal acne is a question when it comes to this stuff. Fungal acne is it's kind of a controversial topic, to be honest. I need to do a video on it. But anyway, it's a controversial topic. Some people are more prone to it than others. Some people, it's controversial. So if you can use less ingredients, because some people subscribe to the theory that ferments might contribute to fungal growth and things like that. So you can start with a single ferment, especially if your skin is sensitive, and then you can know. But if you use something like this where there's, 10, 12 ferments and you have an issue, you're not going to have any idea with which ferment the problem might be. So keep that in mind. Anyway, this one's lovely and fragrance-free. If you can get it on sale, even better, because it can be a little pricey. Okay, next up, we've got the Cynic First Treatment Essence. This was one of the very first K-Beauty skincare products I ever purchased, and I repurchased it. I also want to mention the Secret Key First Treatment Essence. That's another one I purchased and really enjoyed. A great ferment. This one, it's a liquid ferment texture to it. So, you can just pat it on skin. There you go. Just basically water-light texture to it. For this one, we've got one main star of the show again, and that is the Galactomyces Ferment Filtrate, also known as the Pitera, also known as the SK2. So this one shares the main ingredient in common with the CosRX. It also has a couple nice skin brightening ingredients: licorice root, purslane, niacinamide, no fragrance in it. And this one's pretty darn affordable as well, so worth checking out. Next up, we've got another good ferment, the Mishra Time Revolution First Treatment Essence. If you notice, a lot of these are FTEs. First Treatment Essence, Facial Treatment Essence, things like that. Fermented Treatment Essence. They all go FTE. Anyway. Mishra, this one's another one with a liquid texture to it. I've tried Mishra's other essences, and this one is very similar, although, to be honest, I like their previous version than this one a little bit better. I found this one, they changed it a little bit. So I found the previous version I liked better, but they're onto this version, and they'll probably, by the time I record this, they'll probably be onto their 6th incarnation of this. So anyway, so for this one, we've got yeast ferment extract and then Bifida ferment lysate. And then it also contains ceramide and sodium PCA, natural moisturizing factor. So this one's probably going to be one of the more pricey ones out of all of them. And to be honest, it's one of the lesser exciting ones on this whole list, but it also can be one of the more pricey ones. So keep that in mind. But a lot of people love it. Okay, next up, we've got the Benton Fermentation Essence. I think I reviewed this one recently, too. I must be getting into ferments again. Okay, so this one's got a liquid serum texture to it. There we go. Okay. Move all this stuff over a little bit. Okay, so the Benton one has liquid serum texture. For ferments, we've got, again, that Galactomyces ferment filtrate, and again, that Baphyta ferment lysate. And then it also contains a couple other nice ingredients, aloe, ceramide, panthenol for nice skin soothing benefits. So this one is really nice. And to be honest, I prefer the packaging of this one to almost any of the other ones because I just like the pump bottle. It's just so easy. Although the bottle is a lot smaller than the rest of the stuff, so keep that in mind. Okay, a little bit different product next. We've got the Skin Food Royal Honey Propolis Enriched Essence. This one's got kind of a gel serum texture to it, so it's a little bit different than the other goodies. Here we go. There we go. So it's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit more of a jelly texture to it, which makes sense because it contains propolis, honey, and royal jelly. And a really nice product overall. No fragrance, although I will say almost everything else from Skin Food's Propolis line has fragrance in it. They have a cream, they have a toner. I think all of those other ones contain fragrance except for this one, so keep that in mind. So this one for ferments, we've got Lactobacillus ferment and Saccharomyces ferment, and then again the Propolis, honey, and royal jelly goodies included in there. Okay, a newer one to me, because I was asked to review it, is the Lab by Blank Do, their Prebiotic Sera Liquid, which is very thick. It takes a lot of effort to get some product out of the container. And I will show that to you. And I think I'd probably be halfway done with the bottle now if I didn't have to expend so many calories trying to dispense it. But anyway, there we go. So there is that. It's got a thicker texture, serumy texture to it, which is really nice. And a little bit of it does a nice job covering your entire face and neck. So this one has Lactobacillus ferment lysate, and then it also contains a lot of other amazing hydrating ingredients, ceramides, mango seed oil, arginine, a lot of other exciting ingredients, and no fragrance. And if you get it on sale, it's even better because I think this one can be a little bit expensive, but it's really lovely. So I really recommend checking out, especially if you have very dry skin. It's very healing feeling and soothing feeling. Okay. Next up, we've got two more, and so these are the two that contain fragrance. First up is the Isntree TW Real Baphyta Ampule. Does contain fragrance in the form of cinnamon bark, although the scent is not noticeable. I don't notice the scent at all. However, if your skin is still very sensitive, it's something that's important to know, and it's very popular. It's very popular. I don't think I reviewed it yet, so I should because I get asked about it at least once or twice a week. So this one's got a light serumy liquid texture to it. There we go. Very nice product. Okay, so for ferments in here, we've got a few. So we've got Baphyta fermentation lysate, Lactobacillus pumpkin ferment extract, Lactobacillus soybean ferment extract, and then rice ferment filtrate, the sake ferment. And in terms of other exciting ingredients, we've got beta-glucan, nice skin-soothing humectant, niacinamide, and several peptides are in here as well. So this one is a nice one worth checking out if your skin's not super sensitive to it. And then last but not least, the ferments in this product took half a page. Can you guys guess what it is? It's the Numbuzin number 3 toner, which does contain fragrance. It has an herbal scent to it, which is very light, in the form of geranium oil, geraniol, and citronelle. The scent is very light. It dissipates pretty quickly. It has a thicker liquid texture to it, which is just lovely. There we go. My hands feel so hydrated and soft. I'm not going to read all the ferments in here because I believe they use 50 different ferments in this product. The main ones: Lactococcus bean seed ferment, Lactobacillus rice ferment, Lactobacillus algae ferment, Saccharomyces grape ferment. And in terms of other exciting ingredients, there really isn't because they used all their space in their ingredients for 50 different ferments, which is again why I don't necessarily know if there's one better than another, but if you have sensitive skin, this might be the last one I'd recommend trying, just because if you have an issue, you're going to have no idea which one of those 50 ferments is the issue, or it could be all of them, or it could be maybe just one of the other ingredients, and then you're never gonna know. So anyway, those are my favorite ferments. Fragrance free, pretty darn affordable, most of them. with the exception of the two with fragrance. And ferments, I mean, there's so many different types. One may be more studied, which may be the way to go for you, especially if you're kind of a research hound. Go with the one that has most research, but I don't necessarily think that one might be better than the other. I'm sure in the long run, there might be ones that have more benefits, but there's still more research that needs to be done, and there's just a few of them that have research, and still not a lot of it. So anyway, I could have made this video a lot longer because there's so many great products with ferments in them, but these are my current favorites. So just because I might not have mentioned one that you love doesn't necessarily mean it's not a good one. So leave a comment with the one you love if I missed it. What is it and what do you love about it? Love hearing from you guys. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye, guys. Oh, one of you be on this side, one of you be on this side. Lincoln. Hi. Jesus. Hi. Okay. He likes to smell my deodorant, I guess.
Lincoln.
It tickles. Don't leave. Okay.